Hey folks, my name's Kunal and I'm the founder of Finrite. Today I'm really excited to show you how to set up Finrite and want to walk through how Finrite can help you make sure that you give your support and operations teams all the Stripe details that they need from HubSpot itself, automatically drive billing in Stripe from your HubSpot deals so you don't have to copy paste contract data, and make sure that your sales teams have quoting and contract tools that get them selling extremely fast while making sure your data doesn't drift between different systems. So let's go ahead and take a spin. Now, the first thing you'll want to do is you will install our app from the Stripe app marketplace. You can search for Finrite HubSpot and you'll pretty quickly find our app. From there, the first step is to click install from partner. So we'll go ahead and do that. And you'll see that you're given a choice to install Finrite in one of a few different modes. We'll start off with our test mode just to see what this looks like, and you'll want to make sure at least before you're syncing any live data, you try our app out in test mode, but eventually you'll want to move to live data to make sure you're billing your customers and see actual historic data reflected in HubSpot. What you'll want to do to switch between different modes is visit the very same link, but simply select the different mode and reinstall the app, and then you'll have our sync available across any of the different modes that you choose. So let's go ahead and get started with test. We'll click the install button and then we'll just wait a few seconds for things to load and we'll land up back on the same Stripe dashboard that we started from. Now, when our Stripe app is done installing, you'll see that we're dropped off on our app settings page. The app settings page lists out the steps that you need to get your app working and to use our different features. It's a pretty short list, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you'll want to do is link HubSpot, and this makes sure that the two systems can now start talking to each other. So we'll click our button, select the right HubSpot account, and you'll then see that we'll request permissions to have your app installed on HubSpot. The moment this is done, we can head over to our HubSpot account, and from there, we'll go to the settings page. We'll head over to connected apps, then to the new Stripe billing connector by Finrite app that you see. Head into settings there. Once again into settings. And we'll enable our Finrite app card to show up on the contact page, deal page, and company page. And this will be helpful for a few of the flows that we'll walk through in just a second. Once we've enabled this, we've pretty much got everything we need for all of Finrite's features to work from here on out. Let's take a look at what those features are in just a second. So I'm excited to walk you guys through one of Finrite's most useful features, and that's making sure that you can see all the Stripe billing information you need down to the exact invoice within HubSpot. This can help if you have CSM or support folks or even sales folks that don't have access to the Stripe dashboard itself, but need to look up billing details or whether or not a particular invoice was paid or when the next renewal is going to take place. And once you've got Finrite set up, and you could rewind to the start of this video if you haven't done that yet, it's pretty easy to see how these details sync. Finrite pulls up details not just from the point at which it's installed, but also all your historic billing records. It does this by matching on email IDs. So if you bill a particular person at a company, not only does Finrite pull in that specific person's billing, but it also pulls in anyone billed from the same company. Let's see what this looks like in practice. So you'll see here that we've got a couple of deals in our HubSpot account, and we have one existing subscription that was generated before Finrite was even installed. We'll see that this is to Aviato. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. One quick note, for this to work effectively after you've installed the Finrite app, you'll want to make sure that you're looking at this in live mode, since we will need to pull actual historic data to match these subscriptions for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at Aviato over here. We'll click into the company card or the contact card, which is typically where you would see these details. And you can look at the Finrite app card over here. You'll see that it correctly identified the subscription that we just took a look at in our Stripe account. And you'll see all the details here that you might want to look at a glance. One of the really useful features here too is that you could pull up view details and look at the exact invoice that was sent to your customer so that you know exactly what they took a look at. We can see that over here and see that we're getting a live pull from Stripe data to the specific invoice that was sent out. Now, the way that our match works is we use email IDs to try and pinpoint whether or not a given subscription or invoice was related to a particular contact or company record in Finrite. Most of our matches are going to be accurate and need no help from you, but there might be cases in which we don't have the right company or contact record pulled in through our automatic match. It's pretty easy to also change that. Now, the way that you could do that is head over to connector.finrite.co, and you'll see that you have to log in over here. To do that, put in the same email ID that is associated with the Stripe account where you first installed Finrite. This can work for multiple people on your team. So we'll go ahead and log in, and we'll take a look at what we can see there. Once we log into Finrite, you'll see all of the deals that are in the closed won state. Now we'll go ahead and click into this particular deal, and you can see that it has a possible match that was linked with Stripe. You can either choose to confirm this link, or you can enter a different subscription if you would like. We allow you to customize not only which matches are made, but you can even choose which stage. If you have different stages in your pipeline, you want to make sure that you associate with a given invoice or transaction. You can go ahead and select which parts of your sales pipeline that you see over here you want to pull in deals for, not only for historic records, but for automatically syncing billing, which we'll talk about in a second.